Welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the birth number 1 with life path 2 or 11. So this is an interesting mix in Chaldean numerology. With birth number 1, of course, the person is primarily ruled by the sun. This means that they're born on the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, or the 28th of any given month. And with life path 2, that means that the full addition of their birth date adds to the number 2, or in correspondence, the number 11, which has the same meaning in Chaldean numerology. So when we look at it from that aspect, this makes the person very, very good at working for other people, but not so good in entrepreneurial tasks. The reason for this is they're tossed around by self-doubt. The 1 and the 2 are sort of like opposing numbers. It's masculine versus feminine energy. And even when it's in the number 11 position, it does give the person some sort of phobia or stress and anxiety, like as just a byproduct of the energy coming together. So it's a very intense energy to have. The way to get about it is to actually, like more so they say, worship the sun and do things where you're actually following your own mind, your logic, your first thought. So instead of over-analyzing a situation, whatever your first few thoughts are regarding it are probably the right ones. So instead of going back and saying, oh, should I have did this or that, just go make a general analysis and then use that general analysis to put into an actionable plan right away. Because the more and more you wait is the more doubt that's going to surface due to the moon, the lunar energy of the number 2. It's going to make you say, well, maybe I shouldn't take the forefront on this project, maybe I shouldn't do this or take a risk here, and in turn you end up failing. So you're going to miss all the shots you don't take, and that's the whole thing, the whole lesson here is when this number mixes with the number 2, the birth number 1, you have an energy that's sort of colliding with one another and making you have this huge self-doubt to overcome. But once it's overcome, you can do a lot of great things with your life, including entrepreneurship. So that's the thing. You guys just aren't naturally good at it, but with work and actually working on your self-confidence, being more self-assured, you can then have a great deal of success. Ideal career and occupation for you guys, like exports, anything to do with like fancy goods, electricals, power units, nuclear plants, all of those things work very, very well. They say to avoid black and red, light blue, light yellow, and gray work very well for you guys. And then the lucky days are the 7th, 16th, 25th. Then, of course, all the day number 1s, the 1st, 10th, 19th, 28th works very well. The number 2 days are a bit iffy for you guys. Those are the sort of the days that you have to be very careful of making decisions. And also, when you're around a full or a new moon, be very, very careful because the lunar cycle affects you guys a lot and will affect your emotional sort of volatility. So just be very, very just cautious and aware of where your thoughts are going on those sort of days. My main recommendation for that is that you sort of keep a journal and you write down how your thoughts are going each day, what you're doing towards your purpose, what sort of actionable plan is in place, and that way you can always keep yourself sort of centered so you know what you're doing and why you're doing it. That way, look, when you don't have the motivation, the discipline just takes over because you're following a certain narrative. All right? Good sort of, I would say, gemstones for you guys, I would say would be the amethyst, moonstone, or tiger stone. Reason being, the moonstone is going to help you just balance lunar energy. The tiger stone helps with self-confidence, self-expression, and amethyst helps the 6th and 7th chakra, which, of course, for you guys, especially if you have the life path number 11 with birth number 1, you need that to sort of calm you down so you don't get that huge influx of universal energy to your thought process, and you can better transmit it to your brain and get the tangible ideas. So that's the thing. The amethyst will help balance out the higher frequency and bring you to a place where you can actually apply the power that you have. All right. But aside from that, this was a bit of a shorter sort of video. The birth number 1 with 1 was a bit longer just due to the fact that it had a very intense energy and there was quite a few different avenues that sort of destiny can go. With this one, it's fairly simple. Once you overcome the self-doubt, the rest is about following your own process and believing your own narrative. Because other people are going to doubt you, but if you don't doubt yourself, you will achieve success. That's where the competence sort of comes from, is that self-belief. And that can only be done by actually taking action towards the things that you want in life. All right? So thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you have any questions whatsoever, just please leave it in the comments for me. But aside from that, like, subscribe, holla at me. That's it for today, guys. Peace.